The cousin secretly used a utility knife to slash the woman's design draft. The entire scene was fully captured by the surveillance camera in the corner. Not long after, the woman received the relevant notice, but when she noticed her cousin's scheme, she showed no panic at all. Instead, she gave the CEO a reassuring look to let him know not to worry. When it was the woman's turn to present her design, the audience on site was deeply drawn to her sketch, while the cousin sneered, eagerly waiting for her reaction. The host invited the woman and her work onto the stage for the presentation, only to discover that the garment had already been damaged. Everyone present was shocked, and the host expressed regret, and said the production team would fully launch an investigation. But according to the rules, the woman still had to present another piece. The woman said she no longer had a backup design. Just as the host was about to announce that her score would be voided, she suddenly proposed repairing the damaged garment on site. The audience began whispering among themselves, thinking there was no way there would be enough time to repair it. At that moment, the CEO stood up and supported her proposal to repair the garment on the spot. The cousin immediately objected, claiming that this violated the competition rules, and that repairing a garment would take a great deal of time. The audience could not be expected to keep waiting. She also publicly pointed out that the CEO and the woman were husband and wife, implying that the CEO might be biased. The cousin thought this would force the other side to back down, but she never expected that another judge would agree to the repair proposal. This judge had seen her previous work and was full of anticipation for the repaired result. Since the competition rules stated that each contestant had a fixed amount of time for presentation and explanation, the woman decided to complete the repair within 30 minutes, on the condition that the competition rules had to be strictly followed. Everyone thought this was nearly impossible to accomplish. The cousin mocked her on the spot, ridiculing her for thinking she could complete the repair with a piece of scrap fabric, which was simply absurd. Seeing this, the woman challenged her cousin and made a bet. Just then, the cousin's boyfriend walked onto the stage, and he happened to be the CEO's nephew. He mocked the woman for being poor and having no leverage at all. At the critical moment, the CEO stepped onto the stage and announced that he was willing to use his position as a family heir as the stake. The nephew was instantly thrilled, saying that if the woman won, he would withdraw from the heir competition. If she lost, the CEO would have to give up his right of inheritance, and would never be allowed to return to the family again. Seeing the CEO take such a risk for her, the woman promised that she would definitely complete the repair and help him reclaim his family inheritance rights. But she made a condition: the repair had to be completed in a closed space. She picked up the tools prepared by the CEO. The host started the timer, and the repair work began in tense earnest. The audience below all guessed that with such a short amount of time, there was no way a scrap of fabric could be turned into a complete garment. Some people thought she was too impulsive, and worried that she would end up losing the CEO's inheritance rights because of it. At this moment, the nephew and the cousin both firmly believed that she would definitely fail this bet. Soon, the 30 minutes were up, and the woman successfully finished the repair. Seeing the completed piece on stage covered only with red fabric, the cousin mocked her again, asking whether she had simply not finished at all and was just too afraid to show it. The woman explained that this was a designer's sense of ceremony. Someone like the cousin, who knew nothing about design, could not understand it. The nephew urged her to uncover the red cloth immediately, and wait to celebrate the victory with his girlfriend after the results were announced. The woman confidently reminded them, "Those who open the champagne too early are often the ones who lose." After saying that, she asked the host to remove the red cloth and reveal the design. When the audience saw the finished piece, the entire venue was stunned. Unexpectedly, the woman managed to turn a piece of scrap fabric into a beautiful dress in such a short time. Everyone praised her as a natural-born designer. All of the judges gave her a perfect score of 10. In the end, the woman won the design competition with a perfect score, and secured a collaboration opportunity with the organizers. Seeing this, her cousin angrily tried to leave the venue. The woman stopped them. Then she played the surveillance footage, and accused her cousin of damaging her competition piece. After learning the truth, everyone started talking about it. Even the organizers were furious. He ordered her cousin's qualification to be revoked, and from that day on, forbade her from participating in any projects involving the partners, because he would not tolerate malicious competition. When the two of them were preparing to leave, the woman stopped them again, and said that there was still a bet between the CEO and his nephew. Now the nephew had to fulfill his promise. The nephew was instantly enraged. Fortunately, he had already informed his grandfather in advance. The grandfather called the CEO and asked him to give up the bet between them. After this matter was settled, the CEO went to a restaurant with the woman to celebrate. Suddenly, a phone call interrupted their date. Hearing that his first love had returned to the country, the CEO immediately left the woman behind. and walked away on the excuse that he had company matters to handle. On the other side, the CEO's nephew deliberately stirred up trouble and told the first love that the CEO had already married the woman. Hearing this, the CEO became very angry. She had always wanted to marry the CEO and would never allow anyone to take away the man she loved most. However, 10 years ago, the CEO had already said that he would not marry the first love, and now he was already married. The first love brought up her brother's funeral. Her brother died protecting the CEO. The CEO had promised at the time that he would protect her, and had even taken her into his home to raise her. She had refused back then. Now that she was an adult, she mistakenly thought the CEO had meant to marry her back then. For the past 10 years, she had lived a very hard life in the United States, and had always treated the CEO as her emotional support. After learning that the CEO had gotten married, she immediately returned to the country to take him back. Not far away, the woman saw the two of them hugging, and guessed that the other woman might be the CEO's first love. At that moment, the woman felt a little sad. Even though she and the CEO were in a fake marriage, the first love asked the CEO to tell her about the woman. After learning that the CEO valued the woman very much, she instantly flew into a rage. She demanded to join the company's design department. After the CEO agreed, she looked into the woman's background. On the surface, she pretended to be friendly with the woman, but secretly she was thinking about driving her away. That night, just as the CEO was preparing to take the woman home, the woman suddenly remembered that she had forgotten to bring her USB drive. On her way back to the company, the first love placed a photo of the woman on the desk. When the woman came back to get her USB drive, she happened to see that extra photo. The photo had the words "Go Die" written on it. The woman was terrified by what she saw. When the CEO heard the noise and came to check, he realized it was a prank. Since the design department had only just been established, they had not yet had time to install surveillance cameras, so they could not find out who had tried to scare the woman. At that moment, the first love was hiding in the shadows. Seeing the CEO's concern for the woman, she grew to hate the woman even more, and prepared to find another way to drive her away.